right, so today I am answering all the questions that you guys left me. It is my first question and answer. Bear with me, it's gonna be a lot of me talking, but I'm gonna really try to get to everyone's questions, but I'm also gonna try to go fast. So if there's things that you wanna know more in depth, maybe I can cover that in another vlog episode, but for today, I'm just gonna try to boom, 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 get through all of your guys' questions. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, my first question is, she wants to know more about my job, how I juggle 3 kids if I want more soon, and about my skin. So totally funny. My skin, I don't know, I don't feel like it's that great, but thank you for the flattery. Right now I am using Reverse by Roden & Fields. If it's just what I've been using, I feel like I need all the help I can get, so thank you so much for the compliment. Job, so my job right now is being a stay-at-home mom. I used to do wedding planning. I used to have my own business that then transferred into floral design, but as of now, I am strictly just a stay-at-home mom. That is my current job. And then do I want more kids? Yes, I have been really struggling with that 3 to 4 number really ever since we had Florence, and then with the 4th pregnancy and miscarriage that happened in October, I really feel like that gave me more clarity. So Lord willing, we probably will have one more if we can. Okay. Alina says, please tell us your parenting secrets, or what method do you follow to keep your house so cohesive? Okay, I don't follow any particular method. My house right now is very messy. I will show you guys so that everyone can feel normal. I feel like my biggest parenting just thing that I do or follow or whatever you want to call it is really, I'm scheduled. I'm a scheduled parent. I know that doesn't work for everyone, but for me, for me and my husband, it is our saving grace, and we talk about it often, about how thankful we are, how scheduled our kids are. And I think that lends itself to having kids so close in age. So that really lends itself for having a schedule. And that is my biggest advice for having 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, 7 kids, is just getting your kids on a schedule. Like, I'm a big proponent of sleep training, and Florence is my best sleeper, and I did the 12 hours by 12 week method with her. I have really good sleepers, and I feel like that gives me a lot of sanity. It gives me between 1 and 3, I have those 2 hours to take a nap, to pick up my house, to meal prep, to just have me time, to just lay on the couch and look at Instagram or my phone or film a vlog, whatever I want to do. That is my one tip in saving grace in parenting style. It's just really keeping your kids on a schedule and being consistent as possible. Watching your vlog is relaxing to me because of your mess-free house, and that is very sweet, Melissa. My house generally is uncluttered like you. My kitchen is kind of the center of my home, so I feel very calm when my house is put together, but it doesn't always look that way. I'll show you in a second. I literally just put my kids down, and I'll show you the living room to give you peace of mind. There you go. I hope that is maybe not very relaxing for you, but that is reality, right? So, and look at that desk, holy moly. Things aren't always as they appear, right? But at the same time, generally I do try to keep a very picked up house, and I generally pick up at nap time. I try to do a quick cleanup job. Usually I make the kids clean up their toys before they go down, and then at night, at the end of the day, I do, you know, a big pickup. Try to like have, when I wake up in the morning, have, you know, the family room clean, the dishes done, the counter is clear. I feel like that is my ideal way to start the day. Hey, I love the story of how you guys found your house. Brilliant. My question is, what is special about that neighborhood that you guys chose to raise your family there? We both went to college at Point Loma Nazarene, and so we have fallen in love with this area, with this community, and it was my husband's dream. He's a big surfer, to just be near the water, and so that's kind of how we chose it. It's just purely the location, and we just kind of wanted a small little old house that we could fix up and raise our kids at, and so that's what we've done. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? I love San Diego. I love where we live. I think I would live here. Like, if I were forced to move anywhere, I have fallen in love with New York City. I like Franklin, Tennessee. I I like some pockets of Orange County. I love, and it is my dream to live in Paris for like a year or so. Have you always been religious, or was this something you found later in life? How did you decide on a church? How do you keep yourself fit? Okay, loaded questions. Okay, I've always been religious, but I don't like the term religious. I feel like that has kind of like a structured connotation, and I just feel like I love Jesus, and that is where my heart is. But yes, I was raised in a Christian home. I'm the oldest of 4 girls, and all my sisters now are married to wonderful guys and are all starting to have kids, and it's so much fun. I have wonderful parents, had a wonderful upbringing. So I was raised in a Christian home. I went to a private Christian college called Point Loma Nazarene University. Travis had a very similar upbringing to me. We met during college and started dating after college though. We prefer churches that just preach the Bible. We don't need a lot of extra fluff or opinions or personal takes on things, but we prefer going to a church where the Bible is that is like the divine word of God, and that's what the standard is, and that's where we go. Okay, how do you keep yourself fit after 3 kids? You are so sweet. Oh man, I just am trying my best. I feel like I'm kind of fit, but like it could be a lot better. I just am really learning that eating for me is like 90% of my battle. So I've been really just trying to focus on diet a lot this year. I did do BBG Kayla Atene's workout program for half of this year almost, and that was fabulous. But now I'm back on track with just really trying to focus on my eating. I walk, I'm really active with the kids, but girl, I have a long way to go. So I just do my best, give myself grace where grace is needed, and invested in a great one piece. So okay, mommy question, do you have any tips for nap time when you have more than one? Back to the naps, back to the scheduling. Since my kids since they were babies, I get them on this just schedule where they nap. I'm like, you're home more, you're home for naps, and for me, that's fine. I'd rather be home and have my kids get a good nap than skip naps and get out and go do things. For me, I function better that way. I feel like my children function better that way. So I really try to make it a point. As Amelie was born, I really tried to make it a point for her to nap as she got a little bit older, consistently at 1 o'clock with her brother. And then when Florence, I thought, gosh, having a third, there's no way they're gonna nap at the same time. Sure enough, they all nap at the same time. And I'm just telling you, it's just something that you have to kind of work into as you have more kids, and just, you gotta teach kids how to sleep. I think it's kind of up to the parent. So I've had 3 fabulous sleepers, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I really think it is because I'm like, keep them on a schedule. I think consistency is key. What are your kitchen essentials? Pots, pans, dinnerware, what do you use for kitchen essentials, I have All-Clad pots and pans. I love my immersion blender. I love my Vitamix. I love my Le Creuset Dutch oven pot. I have all white, like everyday china from Pottery Barn. Like key. I use that for entertaining and for everyday, and I love it. It's the Great White Dinner Collection. And cleaning routines, again, I try to clean up at nap time, and I try to do like a good clean at nighttime so that the daytime it is picked up by the next morning. Would love to know about your routines, bedtimes, meals, how you structure your days. Okay, back to consistency. We wake up, we have breakfast. Usually when I'm done having breakfast, I try to fit in a quiet time while they're watching their show. Then we get ready for our day. A couple days I have preschool drop off, and then I come home. Florence always takes the morning nap, so during then, the 2 older ones usually play or they're at school, and I tend to get just kind of some stuff done or play with them. And then Florence is that's our window to get out. So we go run errands, we go to the park, we meet up with friends. We just play in the backyard, go for a walk. Then we have lunchtime around 12. Then the kids go down for their naps at 1. They all sleep from 1 to 3, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter, but generally they're all asleep for a good 2 hours. And that is my window to get things done. Emily Craig asks, what are my go-to recipes? Morning, I usually just have scrambled eggs. I have a piece of Ezekiel toast. I do crock pot chicken a lot. I just put that in the crock pot, and then I can shred it and use it for tons of different meals. I also like doing pasta, like a quinoa pasta for the kids with some sort of loaded meat sauce and veggies in it. And then sometimes I'll do the meat sauce for me over zoodles to try to keep it bit healthier. And then I'll do the meat sauce or the pasta for the rest of the family with like a side salad. That's usually in the weekly roundup, as well as tacos. So I feel like tacos are good because I can satisfy everyone's needs, tacos or burrito bar that way. And the kids get tortillas or corn tortillas and all that, but I can put all the taco toppings on top of like romaine lettuce and make it into like a salad. So I like finding things that I can do for the family that they love, but then I have like a creative, healthier version twist to it. So I'm not making tons of different meals. Your life seems so perfect. What do you struggle with? I thought that was a really good question. And for me, I'm always aiming to be authentic and not come off as anything that I'm not. And that's why I want to show you my house when it's messy and let you in on the deepest parts of my heart, because this is also ministry for me. But what do I struggle with? I struggle with insecurity. I struggle with being insecure with my physical body. I think after 3 kids, and not even just with having kids, I have struggled with this for just for a long time. I was always like the chubbier kid. When you went to the awkward stage, I wasn't the skinny awkward kid. I was like the chubby awkward kid. So I always struggle with this, and even now more so after having 3 kids, my body doesn't bounce back like some others do who just nurse and get skinny. That's not me. So I have really just learned to be at peace with my body and who God created me to be. I mean, it's a learning process. I haven't reached this like pinnacle, like euphoric, I'm just love myself stage. But although I feel like it's getting, every year I get older, I feel like I'm become more at peace with who I am and who God created me to be, and more comfortable in my own skin, which is a really good feeling. But I struggle with that still. I struggle with wanting to be perfect. I am the oldest of 4 kids. I have a very like perfectionist type A type of personality. Everything I want to be the best at. So I want to be the best mom. I want to be the best physically shaped person that I can be. I want to be the best wife. I want to have the best marriage. I want to be the best friend, and I want to come through and be the best person I can for everybody. And although those are good things and good desires, it comes back to bite me. So that's kind of a struggle in learning to say no and all of that. So that's kind of what I struggle with. I struggle with a million other things, but that's just one example. Olivia asks, what are some baby names that you love but wouldn't use? This is my list of kid names that I've had ongoing. These are boy names: Julian, Gage, Micah, Bennett. My sister grabbed Bennett, plus it's too close to Beckham. Anderson, Haynes, Pace, Jones, Anson, Ames, Addison, Merrick. I have a lot of boy names. I love all those names. And then for girls, I have Josephine, Merritt, Wesley, Jennison, and Els, E-L-L-S. We asked, what inspired you to do YouTube? My husband did, Travis. He watches a lot of YouTube. I never really did. I don't really watch a lot of TV or movies or anything. I did start watching and following this family on YouTube called Sam and Nia, and they are just this family in Texas. I don't know how we came upon them, but we did. And I watched them, and then I got kind of intrigued with their life, and my husband just encouraged me to do it and to share. And what kind of turned into, like, initially was gonna be more of a vlog, like here's me and my family, has turned more into like, here, let me show you my creative passions, like cooking, recipes, flowers, decorating, entertaining. And then it's turned into like, here's my heart, here's what I think, here's what I'm struggling with. And I have found so much richness and passion in that. I went to school, to the university to become, I was a business communications major. So my background is in corporate event planning, turned into like university private donor events, turned into wedding planning, turned into flower design. So my background is event planning, and that has morphed and evolved and changed over the years. And now I'm doing this, and I'm doing this because it gives me like an out. Like, you guys are my outside world that I get to connect with and share with, and that I am humbled and blessed that you actually want to listen to me and engage with me. I think that is so fun. But I'm just a stay-at-home mom, and I'm here in these four walls, and so this is just a creative outlet and passion. And that's another way that I feel like I can kind of like, another question is like, how do you remain who you are? And I think like God creates us to do more. And I have always felt like I love being a mom, but there's more to me than just being a mom. There's more to me than just being a wife. Now I get to share it, and I think it's fun. And so my husband has encouraged me and pushed me this whole way, and I every week doubt it and doubt myself, but he keeps me going. And I have never felt more loved by him than I have this year, with him encouraging me in this passion and his passion too. So that's kind of a long answer to that question, but thanks for asking. That was really, that's a good question. Anything I would do different in my kitchen, because I did a kitchen remodel? Not really. Like, I love my kitchen. So my biggest advice is hire or work with someone that does kitchen or interior design that can really help you figure out the space layout, what you love, what you don't love. Emily asks, who are my fashion style like inspirations? Fashion, and I wish I was more fashion forward, but I just kind of keep it simple. And one of them was a past bride of mine, Missy Ulmer with Sapphire Diaries. She is beautiful and phenomenal, and I love her. And I found Lindy in the City. She is friends with Missy, one of my old brides, and I love her style as well. And I also like Lisa Allen from Lunch Pails and Lipsticks. She's a mom, and well, they're all moms, but I just love their style. I think they've got good practical style. So check all those ladies out. They're awesome. Jess asked, how do you not lose yourself when you're a stay-at-home mom and keep your passions going? That just goes back to constantly like, what are my needs for me, and not losing your passion. So for me, my passions are the things I share with you. And so it's sharing that. So YouTube is getting me outside myself, but taking time for myself is huge. Like, I've been really good this year about when Travis gets home or on the weekend saying, you know what, I need an hour away, whether that's going to get my nails done, going on a walk and listening to a podcast, like just taking time for myself to hear from God, hear from what he's moving me to be. Otherwise, yeah, you get lost in just mom world and taking care of other people, and all of it is beautiful and wonderful, but we're not just here to be moms, you know? So this was a good loaded question. Pretty much asking, do we deal with jealousy in our marriage? But my short answer is yes, absolutely. We both do and have, on certain levels, deal with jealousy over one another. And just like God is a jealous God of our hearts, I feel like it's very normal to have a healthy boundary, jealous, over the heart of your spouse. And we both really feel that way. And I think we both feel like we married the best, and so we want to protect that, and we work hard to protect our marriage. And that means being very sensitive to what we allow in our home. And for every marriage is different, but there are certain things that are just non-negotiables for us. We're both extremely sensitive to just Satan. He's out to attack the marriage, he's out to attack people, and you have to work hard to protect and fight for your marriage. And if you're naive to that, then you're an idiot, basically, because the temptations are out there everywhere for both of us. Even though we have a love committed relationship, we have to work hard and fight for our marriage. And that means communicating and getting away and spending time together, and not being all about the kids 100% of the time, because we have to remember who we are and have fun together. And that's why we do get away, is because we want to put that as a priority. And another person asked, what do you do for cheap dates? Things are tight right now. For me, I am so fulfilled when I get quality time with my husband. So that doesn't mean that we need to go and have this extravagant date, or necessarily go and fly to New York and have this like week-long getaway. But for me to be most satisfied is to be heard and known by him. And I think that that comes with just taking quality time, even if it's at night in your own home, which, yeah, is a little bit harder. But to listen, like, hey, what are you struggling with? What are you dealing with right now? Like, how can I be praying for you? Somebody asked, like, how do you have a successful Christian marriage? And again, all of these things just go into that. It's like communication, being open with each other, not being afraid to be vulnerable, because I feel like so often we're so quick to want to protect ourselves and our heart. But at the end of the day, being open and just sharing your insecurities with your spouse, I feel like leads to them being like, yeah, I totally just struggle with that too. And you're just able to communicate and connect and learn what each other needs. Like sometimes in my marriage, I need a lot more reassurance from Travis, and sometimes he needs a lot more reassurance from me, but that just shows me how much he loves me when he's able to share that with me. As life can be hard and life is messy, and it has been messy for us, and we've been faced with a lot of people in our lives who have lost good marriages, and it's really broken us. So we're kind of learning how to navigate that and to just keep God a center. How tall are you? I'm 5'2". What does your husband do? He's a commercial real estate agent, and we met in college technically, but we did not start dating until after college. And I was, yes, raised in a Christian home. Okay, what does your devotional time look like? I try to fit it in either first thing in the morning when I wake up before the kids. Like if I can get up early and start my day that way, that is ideal. If that doesn't happen, I try to, when I wake up, we make breakfast. I get the baby fed, make breakfast. And then I try to make myself breakfast and go sneak away, even if it's for like 10 to 12 minutes at the table while they're watching a show. And I like to do Streams in the Desert Devotional by Shauna Nyquist. I like the Bible app, has like great reading plans you can do in the Bible. And I'm currently walking through a mom study, doing a Beth Moore study, so that takes up a lot of time. So it's kind of, I like to mix it up. Okay, Olivia asked about the successful marriage. I think I pretty much answered that, but communication, grace, outserve, take time for each other, especially when you have kids, make that a priority. And be vulnerable with each other. Pamper routine, I just am really trying to be good about washing my face in the morning. At night, I don't really have a lot to share there. I'm definitely not a beauty vlogger. What do you do for a day? I would go for a walk on the cliffs by myself, get a coffee, then I would schedule a facial, and I would go get a really nice facial and maybe a massage. And then I would go sit on the beach by myself and read. And then I would probably like meet up with a friend or go get an acai bowl or peruse the mall and maybe like have unlimited spending money and go buy myself some nice things. I don't know. But just being alone is like awesome, right? Most cherished holiday memory. I'm one of 4 girls. I love Christmas. My mom always just outdoes herself every holiday. She is really big on celebrating. So it's just everything, like just growing up with a big family. And my mom would always, when we'd wake up, we'd have our stocking, and Santa would always leave one gift unwrapped, and it was always like a big gift. And I just remember always being so excited for that. So that is just a wonderful family memory. And I also loved the tradition of just, we'd open all of our stocking gifts, everything would be wrapped in our stockings, and our stockings were like legit fun stocking stuff. That is like the best. Then we would take a break and eat breakfast, like a nice yummy breakfast, and then we would go and open our gifts one at a time. And I love that. I feel like that's the way to do it. It's like a couple of people wanted to know like how to like keep a schedule with like working out. When I was doing really, really good at my working out, not just like going on a walk at night with by myself or with my family, I would try to work out during Florence's nap. So my 2 older ones I'd try to get them to entertain each other, and for 30 minutes I would work my booty off so hard that it was like the best workout ever. Those were those BBG workouts. I would then shower right after and try to get all that done before Florence woke up from her morning nap. And the kids, sometimes I'd have to put on a show, but usually I would do the workout outside or in the living room next again, and they would just play, and then I would just shower and rinse off before Florence woke up. So that was kind of when I did that. Or at night, I'll go for a run, jog, long walk, and do a quick rinse off. And I'm talking like at 7, like after my 2 little ones go down. What are some ways you instill Christian values into your children? Because my oldest is only 4, I feel like I'm just really starting to figure out how to just teach them, and I'm just looking for teachable moments. Like sometimes we're just going to be driving to school and I'll ask them how I can pray for them, or we'll just say an out loud prayer for each of their days. And I feel like just having God and the way we live be a constant open communication with our kids is just practice what you preach, you know? Like if you want to be a loving person, then just show them what that looks like yourself, with the way you parent and love them, and the way we treat others is so crucial. And I was just telling Travis, it's incredible how much their little minds pick up. Like Beckham comes home from Sunday school and just is filled with all of this knowledge. So just keeping them in right environments where not necessarily you as a parent are doing all the teaching, but making sure we're going to church every week and that their little minds are getting fed just like ours are, and putting them in a school where they talk about God. So just keep it small, don't overwhelm yourself, and just it builds. So start there, and just, again, everything goes back to consistency with kids. Schedules, activities, teaching them about Jesus. So, all right, that is it for today. Holy moly, that was a lot of talking. Congratulations if you made it through this whole video, but I hope I answered all of your questions. I hope I didn't miss any ones. I hope I covered it. Sometimes I like took others and kind of shoved it in one category. But anyways, if you have any other questions or need clarification on anything I said, there you go. That was the end of my first Q&A. I will do another one again soon because I found that to be really fun and I thought it was interesting, a lot of the questions you guys came up with. So have a great weekend. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.